seems like overkill.
I'm glad you're well, man.
Bro, do I have to sue CNN?
I don't know, do you?
They're making shit up. They keep saying I'm taking horse dewormer. I literally got it from a doctor.
What makes it incredibly more frustrating is that we have the tools to combat COVID-19, and a distinct minority of Americans, supported by a distinct minority of elected officials, are keeping us from turning the corner.
This Organized Chaos podcast is brought to you by JEMS Art Studio. JEMS Art Studio is an online store that allows access to prints that you can use for most anything, obviously as just a picture, or as a wallpaper, or as a bookmark, or anything you can think of. You can find JEMS Art Studio at etsy.com/shop/JEMS Art Studio. This podcast is also brought to you by listeners like you. Thank you. Ready to move on to another movie?
Yeah.
You got this thing. This is another movie where we really have actors really doing a good job.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like everybody involved in this, like even the supporting cast, which has like kind of almost blink and you miss it cameos by Robbie Coltrane, Ben Kingsley, another Ben Kingsley movie, and F. Murray Abraham. All great actors.
Yes.
Yeah, F. Murray Abraham's in this.
No, I remember that. No, actually, Ben Kingsley was the one where I had to go back because I was like, Ben Kingsley's in the cast list. I don't remember him. And I go back and I watch it, and it's like, his role could be 100% cut out of this movie and not affect anything. But Jesus Christ, he acts the shit out of it.
Yeah, his is literally blink and you miss it.
Yeah, he's barely in there, but damn.
So this movie...
Yeah.
Now, I suggested this one mostly just because I've seen it like maybe once or twice prior to this rewatching of it. I'll admit, solely watched it just because I saw the two starring roles in it were Mark Hamill and Bill Paxton.
Yeah,
this
that counts a lot.
Yeah, how could this miss? Slipstream, it's a 1989 science fiction movie that was directed by Steven Lisberger, who previously directed the 1982 science fiction film Tron. So again...
What? Oh, he did Tron?
Yeah, he directed Tron.
Holy shit.
The director of this. It gets a little better. So it was produced by Gary Cruz, sorry.
Yeah.
He's best known for his collaboration with George Lucas, who they were on the first two Star Wars films, and American Graffiti.
Mm-hmm.
And Slipstream also reunited Kurtz with Mark Hamill, who features in this, with Bill Paxton and Mr. Robert Muldoon, who knows more about Raptors than anyone else, Bob Peck.
Yes.
Kitty Aldridge and those other cameos.
Well, actually, a little random fact, if I remember correctly, didn't this bankrupt Gary Kurtz?
Yes.
Oh, yes. I was like, I could have sworn I saw something like that.
That is in the abridged notes. My abridged notes, I'm going to just tell you right now, I had to pull off of Wikipedia because I did a dumb rookie mistake and had a whole file, had to download some software, had to restart my computer. I did not save my Word document, so... Always save, guys.
Well,
everyone, just the importance of saving is just crucial. I just wanted to bring that.
I'll give you my tip, but it's iffy because I always use Google Docs anymore. So the plus side is it's pretty much always saved if you write down. My side is Google has all your shit.
Yes, it does. And I even have Google Pad on my phone, and I normally take notes on my phone. I just happen to be doing it on my computer. But yes, always save. So yes, the Slipstream had a short cinema run in the UK where it was considered a flop, and Australia where the film grossed just about $66 $1,836 during its entire theatrical run. It was never released in theaters in North America, but enjoyed moderate VHS and rental sales on VHS and video cassette when it was released in Virgin Home Entertainment in 1990. All right.
Well,
Oh yeah, sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm certain it was largely marketed on Mark Hamill because he is definitely upon release. This is the biggest name in here, and
Yeah.
I think Bill Paxton gets third credit, even though I would consider him the main character.
Yeah,
He is the protagonist essentially.
He is, believe it or not.
Very much
though.
Mark Hamill's your villain.
Yeah, Mark Hamill's a bad guy in this one. Shockingly enough.
Yes. Well, I mean, if you've seen Batman the Animated Series, you know he can go evil.
Or if you had seen, what is it? He did a voice on. He also did another voice in Justice League too, but he also played another bad guy on Batman too. But he's better known for that. No, I got it backwards. The other bad guy he played, it wasn't Justice League. It was Spider-Man. He was Hobgoblin.
That's right. Yes. I
was
forgot
the fucking
about that.
Hobgoblin.
Because I already brought up how my son watches Spider-Man all the time. He sometimes watches that when I'm like, oh my god, Hobgoblin's the Joker, which is Mark Hamill.
I had noticed that when I first got Disney Plus. I started at first thing I watched was Batman or Spider-Man the Animated Series.
I would be impressed if you're watching Batman on Disney Plus.
I hacked it. I broke it.
There you go.
I mean, but I started watching it and I kind of had it on in the background and I was just doing other stuff like just like cleaning up, tidying up, and I stopped and I heard it. I was like, wait a minute, I know that laugh.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's Mark Hamill. Which is kind of now my reaction whenever I see him in anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just go off on a little divergent thing. There's a little thing he did. I want to say it was at the beginning of 2017.
Okay.
Where he would read Trump's quotes in the Joker voice.
Yes.
I kind of wish he did more of that. He only did like 2 or 3, but it was kind of fucking hilarious because it was weird how well it worked.
Yeah, it was weird. And what's kind of great about like those videos is you watch him, how he kind of starts really enjoying more of it, and he gets more into the character and just puts more into the line readings, and it's just Mark Hamill pure awesomeness.
Yes.
Yeah. Another moment, I want to say this was a campaign for the Last Jedi, or maybe Force Awakens, where he went out to like that Chinese theater out in Los Angeles and Hollywood.
Yes.
Dressed as a stormtrooper, and he would pose with people, like as the stormtrooper, and every so often he would be standing there with them, and he would take his helmet off and just wait for them to react.
Yeah.
Like, realize it's fucking Luke Skywalker sitting next to you in a stormtrooper outfit.
Now I wonder how many people were like, dude, put on the helmet. I want to be with a stormtrooper.
There's a shot of it where he comes up and he sees a guy dressed as a Jedi, and there's a camera crew following him doing this. He holds up the blaster and shoots, and he makes the pew pew. He went pew pew, man. Like, well, that's fucking awesome. Oh, this, however, Mark Hamill's fucking great.
Yeah.
Like, fucking great. I just you need to be a bad guy on screen more. Yeah. Like, yeah. Especially now. I'd like to see him as like a mob boss. He'd be good.
Yeah, no,
yes. Oh, sorry.
Of the leading actors, I definitely think Mark Hamill does the best job. Unfortunately, he's missing through like a decent chunk of Act 2.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
He's like really good. Bob Peck and Bill Paxton are also good.
Yeah, Bob Peck is fucking great in this, and I will admit, while watching it, it did cause me to look up some other movies that he's in. Kind of like, I just want to see more of his work. He's good. I enjoyed he's good. It was weird though because I kept forgetting he was an android.
Mm-hmm.
I did keep getting that.
I guess it's worth noting he doesn't have a whole lot because he did unfortunately die in 1999, which is very sad. Yeah. But he did give us Muldoon, and that
he did give us Robert Muldoon,
and that will always be remembered.
Great. Yeah, and as I had told Bob, or I had texted him while I was watching this, like, I am just trying not to make Muldoon jokes the whole time.
And I just had to reply, clever girl.
And I go, yep, that one's been written about 12 times now. Tally going. All right, Slipstream. Let's dive back. It was the second. Yes, it was the second feature that Gary Kurtz made as a producer after splitting from his former creative partner George Lucas. Early production credits include films like Chandler and Mont Hellman's cult road movie Two Lane Blacktop in 1971. That's on my watch list. This began hugely with a successful collaboration with George Lucas, producing the commercial breakthrough low-budget hit American Graffiti. Yeah. No joke. That was a low-budget movie. And it's fucking phenomenal and brilliant filmmaking.
Well, side note, American Graffiti was always made on that challenge to George Lucas after he made THX 1138. Like, you can't do a light, fun movie. American Graffiti was his response. It's like, yeah, no, he can.
I actually didn't know that, really.
Yes. Yeah.
That's it is a great movie.
Yeah, obviously George Lucas's career it's like he did Star Wars and then that's it.
So you could say because of George Lucas, we could also have Trick or Treat.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that little buggy, that dorky kid in that movie, and American Graffiti, he directed Trick or Treat.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Yes.
It's kind of like like the degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could just translat it from to trash cinema to good films.
Yeah. No. There's gonna be links. There's gonna be plenty of links.
I actually just made that connection now.
Okay. So we gotta do Friday the 13th, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. How can we get that?
That's gonna be tough.
Well, let's see.
There is a website. There is a website that can do it.
Do you not remember Friday the 13th?
I do remember. I remember Kevin having the most graphic death in the
I was
film.
about ready to say that was easy because Kevin Bacon's in that.
Yeah, he is, and it's like
he does have the most graphic death in that. Probably.
Yeah.
That was a crazy arrow scene.
Well, Tom Savani's special effects.
Yes.
The man is brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant practical effects artist. But yes, this was...
anyway, we're back to Slipstream. God, this might be kind of like X-Men. I don't know.
This might be, yeah. Well, all right. Where was I with this? So yeah, this was through the commercial break, American Graffiti, which went on to become the most profitable films of all time. Kurtz then produced and worked as a second unit director and played a major creative role in the first two Star Wars films, but the partnership ended in the interval between Empire and the third installment of the series, Return of the Jedi.
Oh, so he wasn't involved in Return of the Jedi?
No, so he's free from that list of blame for the Muppets.
Mm.
The ones in Jabba's palace, of course. Those are the ones I'm talking about. Those Muppets.
Okay.
This is like pre-dance scene,
Okay.
Not the Care Bears.
Yeah.
Okay, them playing the helmets as drums at the end is still fucking hilarious to me.
Well, if I try to go over this story kind of quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't. It's not a I don't know. I don't hate this movie. I don't hate it at all. Essentially, here's the story. Bill Paxton's definitely he's cocky as shit. We have Mark. Well, it begins with Mark Hamill chasing Bob Peck. Bob Peck's got this full suit on, which at first I was laughing at, and then you find out later what's going on. Kind of clever. I'll give the movie that. He catches him, and then he goes to this bar or in this town or restaurant. Bill Paxton's friends with the owner. He goes to try to sell Mark Hamill some weapons. Mark Hamill says, "I'm the law." Bill Paxton is very doubtful of that. And essentially, because of that, decides to take Bob Peck from him. And then, in that confrontation, it ends in not the worst edited scene in this movie, but there's lots of spotty fucking editing in this movie.
Oh yeah, this movie has a lot of spotty.
Just out of nowhere, there's like this like plane wing that hits Mark Hamill, and then Bill Paxton and Bob Peck are fucking gone. They're flying away all of a sudden.
Yeah, they're in a ship
like,
already.
What the fuck happened? What the...
Yeah, this movie is, I will admit, it was like, I don't remember it being this hard to follow the first few times I watched it. This one was a bit rough. So it's like Bob Peck, he's a fugitive, and you know Mark Hamill is a bounty hunter, and he's trying to hunt him down, but they never really really define, I guess, who or for whom or why they're hunting him down, or like what he did. He's just wanted. Like it felt like with this movie, there was a lot that they wanted to have set up and have it be like, this is established information, but they didn't do a lot of good explaining that bit of it. Like,
okay, so I was wondering about that because they do say that the Bob Peck character, well, I don't remember his name, but they do say he kills a man, but I don't recall any story exactly what was the background
Byron is who Bob Peck plays. Byron is Bob Peck. Yeah, that's Bob Peck.
I don't remember the background as to who he killed and why.
Yeah, I think it was like he later said that he just wasn't a good man and he just determined it. Yeah.
Anyways, they're on the run. There's Luke Skywalker is with his female associate, and they get confronted by Robbie Coltrane, who I think was...
in a bathhouse?
Well, that was at the bathhouse, but I'm thinking after the bathhouse, they're confronted. And this is another really fucking shoddy edited scene. Because I remember, I hear gunshots, I look up, and they're burying people. So I rewind it, and they start shooting. You get a couple reaction shots of just like close-ups of faces, and then they're burying people.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know, man.
It's... wow. Now, this is super shoddy editing. But I will say, I love how shoddy the editing is when it comes to the ending with the plane crash.
Oh, God.
That was glorious.
It's like a crash, and then the next time you see them running away from burning wreckage. Like,
oh, I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
That is some fucking Looney Tunes, Wild E. Coyote shit, and I just can't get enough of it.
Now, if you're wondering, here's essentially the story. You have Bill Paxton running away with Bob Peck, and Mark Hamill and his female associate is joining them. Bill Paxton likes the female associate, but it's just tough to judge if that means anything.
He pursues.
Well, yeah, he pursues everything that's
so hard.
A female in that fucking movie. So I don't know if that means anything.
I mean, they're not quite Samurai Cop levels, but...
No.
God, no. But still, there was a few times that I was like, Christ, William?
Yeah. Like, dude, come on, man. You don't have to fuck
back, bro.
Every hole you see. You don't...
Dial it back, my man.
But yeah,
better watch out, or some like naked German guy is gonna come at you and like steal your clothes.
That's right. They do eventually find that tribe, and that's where the Ben Kingsley character is.
Yeah,
Ben Kingsley gives a performance that this movie doesn't deserve. I will be frank.
Yeah,
but lots of people give performances the movie doesn't deserve. He acts this out of the park.
Yeah,
and he's
Robbie
in it for
Coltrane
like
did the
2
same.
minutes, maybe.
Robbie Coltrane was probably in it for about the same, and still he knocked it out of the park.
Well, Robbie Coltrane I thought was weird because you see him like in the bathhouse, and then he confronts him, and I swear to God, he's not one of the ones buried. Was he one of the ones buried? It didn't look like it to me.
He was. Like,
I assumed that meant he was coming back.
And then I rewatched that scene too. Yeah. I rewatched that scene too, and I did see him get shot and hunch over.
Yeah, but he wasn't buried. I assumed like he ran away, and that would be like a recurring thing, but no. He's in it for like no reason. No.
Yeah.
But
and was it after they get out of that underground, they're told of like a higher elite underground of like rich and the wealthy.
Yeah.
And then they go there, and that's where we also meet F. Murray Abraham, who just fucking kills it.
Yeah, no, he's good too. I would say, I would actually even say, just to know the caliber of acting we're dealing with, like F. Murray Abraham might actually be one that I'm least impressed with on this movie, but he's still really fucking good.
Yeah, he's still really good.
So there's talent. There's talent picking these people. There's talent getting good performances out of these fucking people. But yeah, there's not talent in the editing room at all.
No, not at all.
It's not like Birdemic Shock and Terror bad editing. It's probably approaching Suicide Squad level bad editing.
A little bit, yeah.
But
definitely breaching there.
Yeah. They go to this elite area. Mark Hamill, of course, chases them down because it's the third act. Eventually, Mark Hamill and Bob Peck end up in this plane fighting. And Bob Peck? Yeah, that's right. Mark Hamill's flying away. Bob Peck jumps on the plane to get revenge because Mark Hamill killed the woman that Bob Peck was hooking up with.
Yeah.
So he jumps on the plane, and by the way, Bob Peck is an android. That was a big twist that happened.
Yeah, that they reveal at this high and mighty wealthy party.
Yes,
which these people are so unhappy that Bill Paxton and Bob Peck are there.
Yeah, oh yeah,
they call them like derelicts.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of them is sleeping with my daughter. Mm. I laughed so hard at that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, and then like, what was it there? The lady that brought them there, that was, wasn't that Mark Hamill's bounty hunting assistant? Like the lady who brought him to the upper elites hidden area. Like, I know that one, she had said to that other wealthy lady, is like, well, the one that slept with your daughter was human.
No, that was somebody else, wasn't it? Because
that's right. That was someone.
No, there's a woman that Bill Paxton is sleeping with and then there's Mark Hamill's assistant, who Bill Paxton also has the hots for. They look very similar, and I believe eventually by the end of the story, Bill Paxton has slept with both of them. But
I think so. Again, this movie it was really hard to follow. It's like really painful.
This isn't like I think we are making it sound worse than it is. It's not the worst thing ever.
It is. It's
very
not
spotty.
Really bad. It's just like the editing is spotty and it's jarring at times.
Yes.
Like the movie overall, like the story, it's okay. The acting is great. Just some misfires.
No, it seems like I think they might call it the convergence, and like. There's an apocalypse.
Harmonic convergence.
Yes.
Yeah, harmonic convergence.
And there's an apocalypse. It's post-apocalypse because of a convergence, and they can only really travel effectively through this thing called the Slipstream, I believe.
Yes, through the Slipstream.
Why? I don't know. Everything looks normal except kind of messed up. But everything looks normal, so I don't know.
It kind of looks a little Dune-ish at times.
Yeah.
But it also kind of looks like all those scenes from Aliens, where like outside the shipwreckage and on the planet's surface itself at times.
Yeah.
But it's Earth.
It kind of reminded me of almost kind of like the first Mad Max, where things are kind of fucked up, but it's not completely destroyed. I would say, to this movie's credit, it probably sets up the post-apocalypse a little bit better than that first Mad Max. It's probably about the only thing it does better than that movie.
Yeah, probably.
But anyways, Bob Peck jumps on Mark Hamill's plane. He starts tearing apart at because he's an android, and so he can just hang out on the outside of the plane. He's tearing it apart from the inside out. The plane's falling apart. He breaks into the cockpit with Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill's like, you can save it. So we see him actually messing with wires and kind of able to fly the plane. And literally, we get this beautiful shot that's almost worth the entire price of admission for this movie. Where Mark Hamill is going, you're going to save us! And then it cuts to the outside plane. Bam! Right into a cliff. It was fucking beautiful.
That was just marvelous.
Of course, Bob Peck walks through. He has a whole bunch of black all over his body. Apparently, androids are completely invulnerable. I don't know what the story is, but oh my
they
God.
don't really.
I absolutely love that shot.
That was very nice.
I usually watch these with my daughter, and I noticed my daughter was on her phone. I was like, "You have to watch this," and she was like, "Oh, do we have to?" I was like, "No, we have to watch this." I rewound it. She's like, "Okay," and then she saw it. So you're right. We had to watch that. It's just, oh, that one shot was beautiful. It was a thing of absolute beauty.
There we go. I
Whoa,
was trying to fix this rain around my screen.
Well, I see. Yeah, you got a ring, and you're out of focus.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch that now.
Okay. Do you have? Is it autofocus or?
Now it is.
Okay.
But oh, that's awesome.
What?
On my viewfinder. On my camera, there's this little white box, but on the screen, it's not there. And somebody's calling me. Ooh. It says scam likely.
Ooh.
What?
You.
What? That usually works.
Yeah.
I also pretend to be a phone sex operator sometimes.
You know, my best friend, his first name is Scam as well. So his name is Scam probably. So
Usually I'll just ask him to tell me what they're selling.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, ooh, say it slower. Sexier. Yeah. That is almost a guaranteed way for them never to call you again.
No, wait. Tell me exactly what I do with that.
Oh, yeah. All right,
yeah.
Back to this movie.
Yes, Slipstream. Man, we're having issues with these movies. X-Men and Slipstream.
Yeah. This one.
It's weird. These are not the worst movies ever. These movies all have highlights.
No.
But yeah.
Yeah. The supporting cast in this movie is definitely a plus.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And it helps.
The cast is great.
Yeah, even the lead are great. It's just I think a lot of it just has to do with just, end of the day execution.
Yeah, I don't think the director had a completely clear vision of what he was going for. The script definitely wasn't 100% clear at all. I do think it's worth noting, even though Bill Paxton does a pretty good job, man, they really do everything they can to make his characters unlikable as possible throughout this movie.
They really did. They went out of their way almost.
I mean, the fact that I don't 100% completely hate him, I don't really like him, but I don't 100% hate him at the end of this movie, is 100% because of Bill Paxton.
Yeah. Like, I kind of found myself more or less rooting for Mark Hamill at times.
Yeah, no, there was times, Mark Hamill. Yeah, I get that.
Definitely rooting for Hamill.
Yeah. I want to go ahead and add some audio credits at the end here. The theme music you're hearing at the beginning and end of this podcast was written and performed by George Johnson, a very good friend of mine. And my current Patreons are Fel Martins, David Lara, and Lindsay Pankhurst. If you'd like to become a patron, go ahead and follow the link down below. Anything you can provide would be incredibly helpful to this channel. We're barely limping by right now. I'd love to make this my full-time job. I'm miles away from that right now. So any help you could provide, just $1 a month would be amazing. You know you want to. All your friends are doing it.